Hey there, we're going to talk about filtering across data sources in Google Data Studio. So we have a data source here on the left, and this is called source 2, and this one is called source 1. So we can see where the sources are coming from. They are on this tab and on this tab. And you can say that source 2 here is about the name and the weight. I think I called this source 1. I'll call this source 2, and this one is source 1. So you can see that source 1 here is talking about their weight. And I'm going to add this dimension in as a metric. And we can just throw a max in there. All right, so we can see that this data here is coming from this source, and this data over here is coming from this source. So they're different data sources, but I want to be able to filter across the sources. So when I click there, it doesn't give me any filter. Notice how if I select on this, I scroll down and the filter is applied. So why can't I filter across sources? Well, there's a trick you can do. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add a field to the first one, and we're going to call it name 2. And I'm going to make sure I save this calculated field. I'm just going to toss it over here so I don't lose it. And I'm going to say concat, and I'm going to say name, comma, exclamation point, not exclamation point, apostrophe. And it looks like it's good. So I saved this calculated field. I'm going to press save. And I need to take the same field ID over from there to create one on the other data source. So I'm going to add a field on the second data source, or source 1 technically, but it's still fine. I'll call this one name 2 as well. And I'm going to say concat. I'm going to say, what's this one called? Oh, it's called first name. Okay, it's called first name, comma, apostrophe. And I have to change that calculated field. Sorry, not the field ID. So I remember I saved it over here, and I'm going to make sure that they have the same field ID. So I'm forcing them to have the same background field ID. So I'm going to save that, and it's finished. And instead of name, I'm going to put in name 2. So I'll replace that. And over here, well, there's already a name 2 here, but it's inside the data source. So let's see if it filters. I'm going to go to view. It's taking a second to load. Once it loads, I should be able to click here and it'll filter over here. And it said it's not working, so let's refresh it. Maybe that'll work. Yep, now it's working. So notice how now I can filter from one data source and filter it on top of the other one. Pretty amazing, eh? Lots you can do with Google Data Studio. If you want to learn more about Google Data Studio and data in general in schools, check out www.smartdataforschools.com. Hope you enjoyed it.